Warren, thanks a lot for joining us today. We're thrilled to have you. I know that you've been with T-Mobile now for nearly 20 years, so you've obviously seen a lot of change go on in the organization. Probably in the last 6 months alone, T-Mobile stores, call centers, a lot's changed. The merger with Sprint, dealing with COVID-19 requirements. I mean, I don't know if we could throw more at you in a compressed amount of time. So let's just start with the shift to remote work. How did the transition go for T-Mobile? What's it like onboarding a new massive company, Sprint, during this time? Just share some of that with us.
Yeah, hey Freddie, it's great to be here and thanks for having me. It's an interesting story because we were a company going through a massive merger and we're just a couple of weeks out from getting to that close, and I got a phone call, and the question that was being posed to me was, hey look, we have thousands of people across the country working in call centers. Is there any way that we can get them to be able to work remote? And within 2 weeks, we had thousands of people pulling up in front of call centers in their cars. They'd open the trunk, we'd put a box in it with their equipment, they'd take it home, and then we'd start routing the calls to them. And our customers were thrilled, our employees were thrilled. I would say a little more than thrilled. I mean, the ability to not only protect them, make sure that they're safe, but them being able to continue to do their jobs. Just an incredible story.
Yeah, that is phenomenal. So I know that much of your employee base obviously is now remote, as you just highlighted, but you still have many employees that are working from stores, from call centers, I mean, helping customers, right, like me, while adhering to all these new COVID guidelines. T-Mobile obviously has been overhauling its entire technology stack for the past 5 years now. I know because we've had the fortunate opportunity to work with you for some of those years. How did this set you up to succeed in this new normal, this overhaul that you've been doing over the last 5 years? And what technologies are you leaning into even more maybe during this time of the pandemic?
We looked at the technology stack we had. It's 20 years old, a lot of packaged software, very antiquated. And the question that we had to answer for ourselves was, how are we going to transform so that we can move at the speed that this business is moving at? And so it was a complete change of our processes, how our people thought, getting comfortable using other technology that other companies like Okta provide so that we could do authentication to allow us to integrate much more quickly. That change fundamentally restructured what we were doing in our technology group, and it's been very successful.
Well, now that we're more than 6 months into this pandemic and the changes that it's brought on, how is T-Mobile thinking about the future? You know, what's next for T-Mobile in terms of the technology stack and the plans for continued remote work?
Yeah, we don't know when this is going to end. And one of the things that happened when we did our technology transformation is also a change in our culture, our ability to go remote. You know, we took care of our call centers, but our teams did the same thing. They left the offices, they started working remote. And we picked up very quickly, and I attribute that to the culture that we have, the technology that we use, whether it's video, being able to have meetings like this. We didn't miss a beat. So we went into the pandemic, we closed on T-Mobile and Sprint, and we had a series of programs. We didn't stop, we kept moving. So when I think about where we go in the future, one, you have to start with our network. We have an incredible network. We're already covering 250 million customers with 5G, over 7,000 cities. So we're off and running. And then behind that, with the technology that we're using to support our customers every day, I think about what's happened with the convergence of, and what will happen with the convergence of 5G, edge computing, more and more SaaS solutions, and companies getting comfortable moving into SaaS solutions. So you can take advantage of technology like an Okta. Part of the reason we were able to move so quickly and take people offline is because of our ability to just do things like authentication, something that took months to integrate systems before we can do in just a couple of days or even within hours. That matters when you're bringing together two large organizations. So we're going to take advantage of that.
That's great. Well, Warren, thanks a lot again for joining us, for taking time out of your busy schedule. We greatly appreciate it. Also, on behalf of the entire Okta team, thank you very much for the support and the partnership over the years. It's been really a pleasure to work with the entire T-Mobile organization. And as always, it's great to chat with you.